Hi all, welcome to the Polco Minute, where you hear the latest best practices and news in local government and civic engagement. I'm Angelica Waddell with this week's headlines. Our first article today takes us to Nebraska, where Douglas County health officials are working to equitably and effectively distribute their COVID-19 vaccines. According to a KETV staff report, officials there are designing a scoring system to help them identify their high-risk patients. The Omaha Metropolitan Healthcare Coalition identified a group of experts to work with local health departments to develop their scoring process. And this scoring is based on information in the electronic health records of numerous health systems within the state. Phil Rooney from the Douglas County Health Department says that the new system is helping to ensure an equitable, effective framework for vaccine distribution. According to Rooney, the system considers the number of conditions the individual is experiencing, the person's current state of health, and their personal medical record. In addition to these factors, special consideration will be given to social determinants of health. A high-risk score would be received by someone with medical conditions known to be associated with a risk for severe COVID-19. And an additional weight will be added if the patient resides in a zip code included in the COVID-19 Vulnerability Index. Rooney says that this scoring system ensures that the same formula is being used by all the healthcare systems. And patients who have visited any of the participating health systems in the past 2 years will be scored. Those who receive the highest risk scores will be contacted directly by the healthcare system facilities. Next, we travel to Bristol, Connecticut, where the local Park and Recreation Department has been busy reimagining its role in the community in the wake of COVID-19. With traditional programs remaining mostly shut down, the same reimagining has been happening in park and recreation departments across the country. These departments are not only providers of recreation, says writer John Solomon. They are bridges to creating cross-agency partnerships that can leverage resources for the greater good. This includes programs ranging from food and clothing distribution to organizing socially distanced events and online programming for residents. Amory Shelby is the recreation supervisor for the Bristol, Connecticut Department of Parks, Recreation, Youth, and Community Services. And he never imagined working with the local Board of Education prior to COVID-19. But since the pandemic struck, Shelby's department has brought childcare under the umbrella of services they provide to the community. Bristol employees are now helping to supervise resident kids whose parents work late and lack childcare. And the employees are also helping students with homework and remote learning challenges. Sarah Larson is the Deputy Superintendent of the Bristol Department of Parks, Recreation, Youth, and Community Services. And she says that they realized very early on that they needed to be at the forefront of providing essential services. The department acknowledged that not reinventing themselves during the pandemic would lead to a greater risk of layoffs and cuts. And Larson says that the pandemic forced them to really consider what a safety net would look like for their community. They soon discovered that there are numerous partners in the community who are more than willing to be a part of the solutions needed to meet the challenges brought on by the pandemic. And finally today, we're going to discuss how to achieve productivity even during a pandemic. Writer Olga Debenovich says that 1 in 3 office workers are less productive in their current work-from-home situation than they were in their usual workspace. And nearly half of office workers say that their employer has a lot to learn when it comes to setting employees up for success as they work from home. According to Olga, distractions are one of the major productivity killers in the home. These distractions can come from people, pets, or even phone notifications. So experts recommend insulating yourself from noise and distractions. Close the door, silence your phone, and if you need to, use apps that block websites where you might be tempted to waste a lot of time. Another major thing that we are warned about when it comes to productivity at home is our tendency to multitask. While many get made fun of for being effective multitaskers, Olga says that the habit actually leads to reduced performance and declining productivity. Moving back and forth between tasks diminishes our focus and uses up extra energy. One way to deal with our inherent drive to multitask is to set up basic schedules with dedicated time slots for everything on your list. This will help maintain focus and efficiency, and also increase the likelihood that tasks will get fully completed. Thanks for watching the Polco Minute with me. My name is Angelica Waddell, Director of Communications at Polco National Research Center. Polco makes it easy for local governments to get accurate and reliable feedback from their communities. How are you keeping up with today's engagement issues and trends? Join a panel discussion with other local government leaders and us nationwide. Connect with me on LinkedIn or send us a note at polco.us/contact to let us know if you're in. See you next time.